Is back and tamed. Right. Okay. So what we're gonna do today is a little while ago I talked to RoboJumper about setting up something sort of like the XCOM previs animation. In fact, let's pull that up. Alright, there we go. So the interesting stuff that the previs did. We're gonna. That doesn't use vertical space. It's just the continual shooting happening during movement and stuff like that. And obviously, it's like all rendered like a cinematic and stuff like that. But just all that firing happening. Now, this is a little too much. It's very noisy. But what I sort of figured is we could use this information to make ambient suppression a bit clearer. So in small unit tactics, there's this concept of ambient suppression. So when you shoot at an enemy, it does actually affect their ability to fire and all that sort of thing. So essentially, what I was thinking is that this visualization during attacks and stuff like that, all that weapon fire would happen like while you're not controlling those units. So it sort of indicates, hey, this unit is using the this unit is applying suppression to this unit. In addition, like they had the concept of grenade priming as well. So that was a little touch that ends up in here as well. But yeah, those are the main ones. Then it does this silly rocket launcher thing or something like that, which we're not really working with, so let's not worry about that too much. Anyway, that'll do. We'll get rid of that. So this pre-visualization has already been worked on by people smarter than I, and we're going to leverage the stuff that they've done that's smarter than I. Let me pull up. So I've just got the files, and I'll have those off screen, and I'm just going to work through them and bring them in as we need them. Constant combat. So we've got a few things in here that we're gonna bring in for our own purposes. So let's start off. And I'm just pretty much gonna clone the constant combat stuff in, and then if there's stuff that isn't actually required that's in there, then I'll just pull it out as we go. Anyway, the first one is anim notify view shake. So UC. This one isn't too complicated. This is referring to our idle state machine, which is the one override we'll have to put into this one. Alright, next up, we have ourselves an idle state machine. This one's not opening well for me right now. It's not passing properly. That's a pain. Must be some character that's messing things up for me here. Source, small unit tactics, classes, small unit tactics. Idles animation state machine. So idle animation state machine is essentially what tells I might actually get rid of you complete me, just so that I'm not dealing with yeah, I gotta turn it off, otherwise it's just gonna be a pain. Vim files. What's the comment? That's right. Quote. I gotta close it. Okay. Let's go. Oh, let's start again. Alright, let's see where GW is in here. Yep. Cool. Okay. So the good thing is RoboJumper makes great code, so most of the gnarly bits, I think, or at least the stuff that I care about, is actually out of this space, which is pretty handy. But what we're going to quickly do is continue to work through the remainder of the actions that he's made for us. We've got a small unit tactics, X2 action, wait for idle suppression end. And this is to fix up animations, make sure that they're not trying to animate during this process. Yep. Whatever. Okie dokie. X2 ability, idle suppression visibility. Okay. So this one is probably the brains of the outfit. Interesting. Okay. First build visualization. Yeah, cool. Right. So yeah, this is where this little thing gets inserted. It's an actor that registers to the event manager when it's created, which is with this static, which I assume is done on the start of each tactical mission. So it would register and then unregister when things break, well, when things get turned off. Okie dokie. So next off, what are we looking for? Idle suppression manager, idle suppression visualization. Crash the game build state. It's not allowed. So the dummy ability is not meant to be actually committed to the game state. It'll crash the game. I see. And that's what this assert is. Anytime there's an assert in the code, that assert essentially means that if the assert fails, like the thing doesn't equal what it's meant to or whatever, then the game just instantly goes, that's not correct, I can't continue to run. The idea being that if you've got these assertions peppered throughout the code, you should have an early crash, because like even though Unreal Script is like largely a static type system, it's still awfully permissive in a number of ways, and you don't want it to keep on running. You want it to just crash if your expectations aren't met. Alrighty, finalize unit abilities for init. That's a function? Is that new in the Highlander? I don't even know. I might check that. Oh no, that's not from Longwall. That's vanilla. Nice. Source weapon rep. Setup data. What are they all? Shot types. Snapshot, burst shot, aim shot. I'm just going to keep going. Alright, that should cover it. Alright, we'll bring in the UI debug state machine. So we throw in this, save that, and then we've got a new thing which is UI debug state machine. Cool. Plagiarism is good. No, it's not good. Don't do it. Right. UI state machine. Get this screen. Do we have anything referring to GW in here? No, we don't. Okay. Never mind. Okay, that is actually everything right there. But theoretically, we'll just have something that works if we take it in. So I'm just going to try that first, and then if we do that, then we can start customizing it. I don't want to start messing around with the code before getting it just working on a basic level. So what I need. I'll just have to look through the config and make sure the config is all good. So we do have a mod class override for this one that's sort of required. Instead we're going small unit tactics, idle state machine. I'm just going to have a look for the remaining bits and pieces to see if I've got anything missing. Nope. Localization. No localization. Alright. So we just got some animation config that we need to add. XCOM.ini. Nope, doesn't look like that. Looks like that. And that. Alright. A baton? Anyway. let's add a bunch of files. I'm just going to be jumping over here. Alright, so we've got, what's it called? In here we've got a new config for XCOM animation. I'm just going to do these one at a time because sometimes it doesn't really like people adding lots at a time. Just avoid a crash. What else we got? Idle state, idle suppression, screen listener, activate all pods. I don't care about that one. Idle suppression visualization. What are we after now? Wait for idle suppression end. UI debug state machine. Did I get them all? Well, if one of them is missing, I'm sure it'll tell me. Run a build, see what happens. Alright, got some errors. Script versus class. UI debug state machine. I thought I did make a mistake. But the code is running. I don't know why. Alright, well, if it's going to run, then let's see if it works. Streaming, there it is. Alright, right, new game. Might start doing Wavecom with all this stuff. We shall see. Alright, what's my exec for the UI debug state machine? Oh, that's why. Because I named it wrong. ModBuddy is hilarious because it crashes when it like renames files. Like it's useless. It's freaking useless. Alright. Hello, RoboJumper. I see Elad V hiding behind there, or maybe he left. Anyway, I'm trying to make your suppression thingamajig work. So let's see if it works. Yeah, I mean, like it seems like one of those things that would make sense. Beautiful. All right, so if I run into that bug, the Highlanders got my back. This is so cool. I feel like after I get this small unit tactics sort of ready, I'm gonna do a flurry of what's it called? Work on. Nice, it's taking cover from the grenade. So is he, but he could be just trying to get for a flank. which he achieved. Good on him. Alrighty, everyone's idle. No one's shooting. A few people are shooting. Okay, so yeah, that should have been like a straight up kill. So what we'll be looking to do is amp up the damage shots. Flank units don't shoot. Yeah, that's probably right. We're gonna play with that logic soon anyway. Can actually take cover. When doing the animation, won't ever shoot, right? That's right. I'll be figuring out some logic that won't actually have a lot to do with that. It'll be more to do with how that like they've how they've what word am I going for? How they've interacted with that unit to begin with. Yeah, I saw that. I must have remarked on it before you got here, but yeah, your code's really well laid out. It seems like all the gnarly bits are not in the animation state machine, but in the manager. So that greatly simplifies things. As I said before, you make beautiful code. Okay. Missed him. No, is that a flank? You can see right through there. Oh, I didn't realise it was low cover. Oh well. Yeah, I'm not planning on rolling random numbers. It's going to be based entirely on the effect states. Because of that idle suppression animation, I can probably get a hold of that. Vanished. Alright, cool. To be honest, I'm just playing around at this point. I need to play with all the numbers anyway. Alright, out we go. What happened to the... the framing. Yeah, the framing waits too late, doesn't it? Alright, well, now that we know that that works, what are we doing now? So these ones I shouldn't have to touch. It's a bit late, so I'm probably not going to spend too much time here today. Let's see what else we can do here. Hang on a second. Alright, so to determine whether we can shoot, not when on Overwatch or suppressing. Only if we are in cover. I believe it's a unit state thing. Let me double check that, but I believe it is. Can take cover. Yeah, so unit state's got that. Okay, nix that for now. In fact, I'm going to nix that too. I don't even want that. Let him shoot out of cover. I just won't have the step out. Alright, so now I need a function that collects effects. Because I need to see all the effects, all the current effects affected by effect names, applied effect names, a list of XCOM game state effects that this unit is the source of. That's what I want. And there's an applied effects name, I believe, which is protected right, so I should be able to, yeah, just get the name. state dot applied effect names dot find ambient suppression. Alright, so in this case, what we want to change this to is we want to return the visible unit that is not particularly not sure this makes sense to me, but oh, that's random. Oh, okay, righto. Now, is this a modulo? Is it? Is it modulo in modulus in Unreal Script, or is it something else? Doesn't matter. What shall we do instead? So I'm gonna iterate over the effects for this unit state. We've got a local state object reference effect ref. Let's just nix this for a moment. And you. Don't want you. Alright. Source. Unit state. Dot. Applied effects. And I want an effect ref from it. And what are we doing with that effect ref? We're gonna get it from the history. So, effect history dot get game state for object ID. Yeah, I was going to do that. So that is comma comma inst. So effect ref object ID comma comma I hist index. I see. As they're coming into the visualization, that makes sense. target. Sorry, just off screen. I'm looking at the game state effect API. Alright, so I'm just going to grab the first one I see, and with that, so if that's true, then I should be able to return that. Yeah, I just return that unit. So let me see what I've got here. State object reference, created object. I've got a target, get target. It's probably under apply effect parameters, target, state object ref. Have a helper. I would have thought they would have put a helper on it, but maybe not. Alright, well if that's the case, I'll just reach in and grab it. Oh, is it? XGCS unit has an array analog to applied effects where names are stored. Which array is that? State object ref targets. Oh hell, I'll just write it while I'm waiting for your reply. I'll just write what I've got for the moment. Alright, so return XCOM game state unit S3 dot get game state for object ID. Not me. What am I doing? Effect dot apply effect parameters. I think it's some word like target. Target state object ref. Bang bang I hit index. Alright. And I guess this will crash horribly if it reaches this endpoint. It's also fine. Let's just see if this works. State to suppress target. Just here. Target state equals none, return false. Okay, so I can return none. Oh. Unit can shoot, return false. Target can shoot. Okay. Build errors. Could not copy UI Douglas debug state machine because it was not found. Alright. You are the worst, mod buddy. It is baffling to me that basic file management is often better done directly in the X2 proj file by a text editor. Really. Pardon me. Alright, let's kick it off. Man, once this is done, I can start tweaking balance numbers. It's exciting. Start playing the game. My God, I haven't done it in so long. What do we got out here? Got these two, these four. Jump down here, get a position around here. Which mod would that be? Oh. It's nice that the crouching still works. So we'll take a shot. Gonna get some idle suppression there. Nice. Stop, drop down. Pop up. And that's that peak wait time, isn't it? Nice. I don't feel like they're taking this threat seriously. Alright, so they're still shooting and we can see all the sources of their idle suppression, which is great. So none of those shots should go towards this guy. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Nice. Did that just wait until that idle suppression stopped? It felt like it did, but I'm not sure if that's the case. I mean, with that huge range, I'm sort of like my intention is that the frag grenade like obviously shoots fragment out, so there's the explosion, but then it's so I'll probably do grenade fall off at some point. I'm probably gonna play with something with what's it called? Play with the frag grenade having a higher radius than the alien grenade, but the alien grenade actually destroying stuff. So, But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, what waited? Yeah. That's what I was like waiting for the idle suppressions to stop. I thought that was cool. Because that was like, what's it called? Yeah, it was waiting for idle suppression to stop. Because like it would, the unit I commanded to move waited until the suppression stopped before getting up and dashing, which I thought was great. Yeah, got to up that damage. Risky business. Probably do something extra with the effect. Sort of like, what's it called? What am I thinking of? Oh, it'll come to me in a moment. Like the AP grenade in Long War, original Long War, with the all the little bits and pieces shooting out. What's her downside? Oh, she's marked. Right. Yeah, those crits should have crit for higher. Alright. Got too much incoming fire. It's going to miss everything. So all the shooters should just stop after that happens. Alright, I've had enough. Balance is all wackadoo, so the shooting's no good yet. But we're getting there. Lots of stuff happening on the screen. So I think a balance pass would be nice, and then have a feel what it plays like in Wavecom or something like that. Alright. Sweet. Gosh. That'll do it. Okie dokie. That'll do it for now. I'll probably do more work with that at some time in the future. But right now it's just a cool visualization and that's it.